Alright, so this is the same type of martial arts as Aiki Jujutsu, but the problem is Sensei Mbara is also part of this group, right? Along with several other men, right? Senseis, right? And I don't have a problem for everything, right? Right. But certain of them treats the left arm like it's dead weight, right? And that's what I don't like, right? So let's go over this technique, right? Looks like it can work, right? Right. It's all dealing with the right side, right? But the problem is the technique before it, right? And this is Sensei Mbara as well. Mm-hmm. And not just this one, but the one before it too. And I don't know. Now the thing about a good knife fighter is they'll also use the left hand, if you ever seen this in movies, right, to distract you, right? They're not gonna see. This deals with a more direct strike, right? See, a knife can be slashed with two, right? You can slash it back and forth, figure eight, right? All that stuff, right? This just deals with a direct strike, right? Usually. Okay, this might work for that, right? But he's got to go in for a stab, right? Right? To stab you with it, not see the knife can slash you, right? Yeah. It's not dealing with that type of attack. Now, then what you gotta do is parry the knife, right? You gotta be a. See, the thing is, only one side of the knife, unless it's a double-edged sword, right, or blade, right, can cut you, right? That's the side you parry away from you, the blade side, right? Alright, and I'll give you an example of what I mean, right? Now, when someone tries to slash you with the knife, you gotta go with the side that the blade's not on, right? You gotta go like this, right? To grab their heat, right? So you gotta go, you gotta parry them and move your body out the way of the blade, right? Right? You gotta parry. Like that, right? And jump back a little maybe. Even with the sword, what they're doing is they're doing direct, a head strike, right? That's what it's called, right? They're not dealing with this, right? Or this, which is also how you attack, right? See, even with the sword, you gotta jump back and parry the sword down with the blade side, right? Then you can grab the arm after it passes, right? But you gotta let it pass fully. You're getting the damn out of the way. You gotta jump back, right? Or you're gonna get cut. Unless you're dealing with a broadsword, and you can still. The thing about a broadsword, even, right, is you can parry it, but you gotta also go to the. See, if they're coming this way, you gotta go this way, right? You gotta go the opposite way of the blade, right? You get out the way of the blade, right? If they're coming this way, you gotta go this way. You gotta go the opposite way of the blade, right? Now, if you time it right, you can palm heal the blade, right? And then grab the hilt, right? If you understand what I mean, right? As it's passing, right? But you gotta have expert timing. Right. You might can palm heal, the blade, the blunt side, right? Even with a two-edged sword, right? The blade itself, right, has a blunt in the middle, right? If you can time it right, you can pop the middle, which is where there's no blade, right? But you gotta have expert timing. I know. And you also gotta get out. You gotta not just parry, but move out the way. If it's coming this way, you gotta almost, do it backwards, right? And time it to get the blunt side of the instrument, right? Right. That's what. See, that's a direct strike, right? That's not dealing with a, slash, right? And see, you got to realize that about some of these martial arts. They're just dealing with basic strikes. I know, certain kind of strikes, right? They're not bad if that's what you have to deal with, but you also need to deal with other things. See, that's where he neglects the left hand, right? When he goes under, I can grab your hair, man. I can hit you in the back of the neck, right? Right? Right. You're going down on one knee and offering this as a martial arts system with a guy you're training with who you know, right? How can this help someone in a street situation, right? Alright? Now, maybe in Japan, if someone's just trying to stab you, right, that might work, right? Maybe, right? And they only think right-handedly, right? But if they are ambidextrous or left-handed, they might use the other hand then, right? True, right? But then they're going to use the right hand to distract you versus the left, right? See, one hand, when you're having the knife, right, is to distract the person you're trying to cut, right? And see, a cut can be worse than a stab, right? Because then you're just drawing blood, right? You showing him you got a knife then, right? Right. But when you go down on one knee, right, and my left hand is behind you, right, your whole back is exposed. Your hair, your head, your medulla oblongata, your kidneys, right, your spine, right. Now, you did distract him, but hitting me once, you wouldn't even need to do that if you do it right, right? Now, another thing I suggest is elbowing him, right? When you go under, right? See, hitting him in the side, right, will also, knock the wind out of him, hitting him in the solar plexus or something, right? Right. See, I'm not just telling you, hey, that's a bad move. I'm trying to correct you, right? So there, right, elbow him, right, then go under, right, then knock the breath out of him, and you can throw it, right, in the solar plexus, right. See, as you're going under, elbow him, then go under the thumb, right. Yeah. Especially in the solar plexus, you'll knock the wind out of him, and then he'll clutch his. Right. That's all I'm saying, right? It's not that it's totally bad news, but there's something you can do in between that would stop him from being able to use the left hand. An elbow strike to the solar plexus would probably help that situation. I don't know. You understand, Sensei? Sorry.
Redirecting the knife.
Now this is Sensei Mbara, right? But he does it too, and okay, like I said, right? Your problem is you're neglecting the left hand and trying to stab him with his own knife. Well, if you try to stab me, I'm going to grab the knife, so you can't stab me either, right? Even if you do it fast. I know. That's right. I know. So, do something in the middle, right? Right. That's okay. You're just hitting him on the jaw, maybe, right? That might just make some guys mad, though, right? They can take a punch, right? Now, here he's pushing the arm up, right? Watch. What can he do there? Elbow straight, right? Now, do you see what I mean? Right. That hand's just laying there like it's a limp log on the boat. Right, right, right. You fighting me, you're gonna have to use all your limbs. Plus, you trying to stab him with my own weapon. I know. Right. So I'm going to try and catch it before you bring it in, right? Right. Even when they do it fast, watch. Right. Now, elbow me as you're coming in, right? Then, right. See, you're so worried about the wrist hold, right? And your problem ain't the wrist hold, it's the knife, right? You're trying to stab him with his own weapon. Now, is that fast? Yes, yes. I'm not saying it ain't fast, right? But what I'm saying is this like... Okay. You don't expect him to do anything. Now, I know Aikido is supposed to be the gentle martial arts, and I'm not saying it ain't, right? But the thing about a kickboxer, right, is they're not going to just throw one punch. They're going to throw you an elbow strike or this or that. Right, right, themselves. See, if you're fighting another martial artist, right, how are you going to use this against him, right? When your own people are on your side, right? They're not fighting, right? Again, right? Someone they don't know, they're doing it with a student, right? A student gives you a deficit in the fight because they're your student, right? Meaning they're going to let you do the technique on them, right? A person on the street ain't, right? Yep. But the question is, and that didn't even take 3 seconds, right? Right. Let's time it, right? I got the time up. So he grabs the knife at 51:24. But it takes him 2 seconds, right, to do the technique, right? The question is, can he be retaliated within that 2 seconds? Because how long does it take me to hit him in the ribs if he's coming in on me? 1 second. 1 second, all right? Because see, boom, 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 right? As he's turning in under me. Or even an uppercut, right? See, if I do an uppercut, your technique won't work. I'll hit you in the kidneys, right? And you'll drop the knife you're trying to stab me with. Right. Or I can hit you in the spine, right? You're exposing your whole back, right, to your student, right? And saying, don't hit me in these 2 seconds, student. I know. Just saying, joking around with you, not serious, but serious, right? You know what I mean, right? I know. Now, this is different, though. This technique, right? Watch. He grabs the arm, right? There, right? And gets the elbow lock in, right? And goes to the side, right? Right. Where he can't stab him, right? That one I get, right? The other two kind of look like you're taking it for granted, right? Right, right. So you get out the way there, right, as he's trying to stab you, right? And I think that's George Acevedo, right? I've seen him on the Aiki Jujutsu videos, right? But he's still a student, right? Right. He knows what the guy's going to do before he does it, but he's also conditioned to let him do it, right? You know, right? He's not slashing at the guy, right? And see, that is a stab, right? Right. But he's not slashing either. If he slashes to this way, right? See, I can stab you, but I can also slash, right? I can go in and then, right? But that's good that he's on the other side of the knife, right? Either way, he can, you know, avoid that slash, right? I don't know. See where he's got the knife there? Right. Now, it's not, again, that this is a better sensei than Sensei Abara either, right? But still, it's the technique itself that might need modification. Like at least an elbow strike on your way in, right, to the solar plexus to knock the wind out of him. So he limps a little, right? Right. Instead of, has a ability to hit you in the kidney or spine, right? Right. As you're going in, right? Okay.